I have always shared with managers over the years in this and previous positions I've had that our true value as a manager is realized when times are challenging, not when everything is going well. Most can manage when everything is running smoothly. Little did I know that my often routine remarks would be put to the test like never before. If I had mistakenly thought that I'd at some point in my 30+ years of healthcare management experience that I had fully realized what that meant, I had no idea. My true value as the manager of this community was definitely going to be put to the test. When I look back over the past year and attempt to summarize not just the challenges, but more importantly, the lessons learned, I can clearly say that a few things stand out. Thoughtful, disciplined response, not knee-jerk reaction, was always the key. During the initial months of the pandemic, it was not unusual to receive daily updates from different state and federal agencies. And although not always in sync with each other because of the sheer amount of information being discovered in such a short period of time, they were all undoubtedly trying to desperately assist us on the front lines. Florida Department of Health, Agency for Healthcare Administration, CDC, Centers for Medicare and Medicaid were all forwarding information thought to be helpful in understanding the challenges that we were facing. And it was helpful. But processing all of this information, prioritizing the most important aspects, and implementing new procedures and policies was done methodically and thoughtfully. Providing reassurance to residents and families, answering emails and phone calls throughout the day, every day, collecting personal protective equipment supplies, setting up COVID testing protocols for residents and staff, developing a system for reporting data accurately to state agencies, shoring up infection control procedures, dealing with visitation restrictions, arranging for socially distanced dining and activities programming. All of these and many more protocols needed to be implemented, but the right way. Knowing that this was going to be a very long ordeal for us. Open and consistent communication with all parties was also key. Residents, staff, family members. This was done in the form of resident meetings, staff meetings, phone conversations, community updates sent via group email to all family contacts. Being honest and open with all, making sure that the same information was being shared was not only important for the information itself, but just as importantly, it gave every person personal investment and ownership in keeping themselves safe and making good decisions for each other. Everyone was encouraged to do this, and we have sent more than 25 community updates to families, members over the past year. And I have to say that you would be hard-pressed to find a more cooperative, involved, committed group to partner with on behalf of their resident family members. When we're all involved in a challenging situation, we all want to be part of the solution. Surrounding myself with managers at least as capable as myself was also absolutely key. The managers on my team are not only skillful at what they do, but just as importantly, are multitaskers that can be as flexible as I needed them to be with no more than a moment's notice. From assisting with testing, to monitoring temps, to setting up alternative visitation sites, to covering the phones, assisting with scheduling, accurately reporting data, just very small examples of all the things that needed to be done. Implementing new protocols and procedures is one thing, but depending on the consistency of these procedures over the long term is something else entirely. Consistency is key for all of us. So ensuring that all the hard work we had put into place to keep our residents safe over the long term was hugely important. Another important point that I attempted to emphasize more than usual, which I make certain to mention at every new employee orientation, is that regardless as to what our name tag says we are all caregivers first and foremost. The lines between departments and job descriptions became very blurred in a good way. Again, making sure that all staff members, whether our dietary manager, nursing assistant, maintenance technician, activities assistant, dishwasher, office manager, or myself, are thinking of ourselves as caregivers helps ensure that we're all personally invested in the residents' care. I should mention that the successes we've achieved in dealing with the pandemic are due to the unwavering commitment and dedication of all staff members. They've sacrificed personally to ensure our residents remain safe. The 70 people I work beside every day are the true heroes. And so here we are 1 year later. We secured our doors on March 9th, 2020. Clearly, we're in a much better place than a year ago. However, the understanding that this challenging situation will not definitively end anytime soon is a bit sobering, quite honestly, and no doubt for all of us. However, now the focus has shifted. Now the challenge is, how do you find a balance moving forward, knowing that prioritizing social engagement and reconnecting residents with their families and friends is now clearly the focus, while at the same time always keeping their health and well-being in the forefront of every decision made. Well, I can't say that my approach to dealing with the ongoing issues that will continue to present themselves is going to change. I will take the lessons learned over the past year and continue to remain flexible and thoughtful as to the decisions that will no doubt need to be made, communicate clearly and consistently any changes taking place with residents, family members, and staff, and utilize the talents of my management staff to help deal with whatever the future holds for our residents.